Time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Tuesday morning, October 11th, 2016. Get And good morning to you all on this lovely Tuesday morning, October 11th, 2016. Back to work, back to school. Here are your news and non-stop story at 8 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. It's a wrap for the Galaxy Note 7 in space of 1 day. Steps has gone from saying it was simply interested in the phone's production schedule to permanently ended it. Washington, House Speaker Paul Brown dealt with his own party's presidential nominee with a river blow Monday, telling fellow Republicans he will no longer defend Donald Trump and will instead use the next 300 days to focus on preserving his party's hold. The Sesco Judge Connor Clemson hit a 2-run triple in 8 when it comes 5 runs away from sweeping the team's division series as the Jets beat the Chicago Cubs 6-5. More than 50,000 Americans had to look their votes for president before Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump minutes 8 first. Contention debate Senate not even before the revelation of video where Trump can be heard making sexually. Mayor Raman Man in Chicago gives a statement about the negotiation between CBS and CTU that they heard was regular earlier on. Press News conference says Chicago Teacher Union School Board reached a tentative contract agreement. Crash contract shuts on southbound Baltimore Washington Park near Laurel, Maryland. Russian President Vladimir Putin has canceled a planned visit to France next week. Kremlin source said Tuesday that the parents stepped to the French President Francois Hollande, who suggested Moscow was guilty of war crimes in Syria. Austria's opposition to the Labour Party has voted to block a government-backed referendum on same-sex marriage. The move means that it will make one of the last countries in the Western world to grant gay and lesbian couples the rights to wed. Moscow, amid increasingly tense relations with the United States over Syria, President Vladimir Putin of Russia took advantage of Monday of a retreat meeting in Istanbul to advance the Kremlin's reconciliation with Turkey. Demonstration in London showed support in June for leaving the European Union small states to the bloc, in particular the same death, to help with a greater sense of the worth sensitive referendum. Caracas, Venezuela. The government and the rebel group have agreed to hold peace talks following the recent rejection of the deal with the ARC. Went down, city China. Several residential buildings collapsed in East China. Monday killed 22 of the nutrients and 6 of the site of disaster, local officials said. Calgary, Alberta, with oil prices rebound, and much of the region was devastated by fires. Upstream energy company Wood Group said new work is planned for Alberta. Talon, Estonia, and its nurse match, the CB-9035 infantry fighter vehicles purchased by the Estonia and the Netherlands have arrived in the Baltic nation. Allied Australia, British energy company BP said it was pulling out strategy to tap into potential reserves on the southern Australian coast. Cited coast concerns. With less amount to go until election day, Donald Trump stated as plummeted with selecting voters fall for it. Then just 2 weeks ago, the double digit in FCB had Hillary Clinton according to the PRI. The other poll released Tuesday. Rebecca Lewis, a 4-year-old who was Saturday protection from a Lakeland, Florida home, set off ambulance to 5 states and been found safe in according to a Monday tweet from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Toronto Nicole maintained a winds of 60 miles an hour Tuesday morning to cover hurricane today. The storm was expected to pass near Bermuda Thursday. While Senator Ted Cruz called it 2005, tape remarks to Donald Trump disturbing. Cruz is not likely to support Trump, strategist said. In Sunday night's town hall debate, Donald Trump deflected questions about a Texas bank claiming Hillary Clinton wealthy supporters had also avoided Texas bank exploited the law. The FDIC, British benchmark share index just hit the highest level in history, smashed the previous record set in April 2015. Analysts had expected aluminum company Elkhorn to report earnings about 35 cents a share, $5.31 billion revenue, according to Kensington submitted from Thomson Reuters. Looking at the stocks now. 1832.04 up 88.55. S&P 521 62.66. And Nasdaq time 1,328.67. Board Chief Executive Officer Dennis Mullin of SpaceX founder Elon Musk from Mars people who will go there first. Climate change may be at an extreme level, says scientists, and the numbers support the friendship. Statistical analyst Nate Silver called it typical with a Nobel Prize in physics and white guy wears glasses. A parking lot for cabs in New Jersey flooded. Emphasis on Hurricane City as Hurricane said the level of flooding is spreads so shopping can become normal. Geneva, the UN Health Agency on Tuesday recommended that countries use tax policy to decrease the price of sugary drinks like soda, sports drinks, even 100% fruit juices are way to fight obesity, diabetes, and tooth decay. The soda industry has exerted not so subtle influence on the health industry, joining the new one of the groups ranges from the American Diabetes Association to Save the Children, researchers reported on Monday. Arkansas Health Department detected 427 suspected cases in a month of more than 30 schools in the state. Hillary Clinton won the second day in the lead Sullivan by 5 points. A new political border consult poll that also shows that the voters are perceived that the Republican Party ability to vote 4 weeks before the election day. The past few days of the 2016 election cycle have been rough with shocking moments that may shut the act out of the race for the White House. Senator John McCain called his decision to withdraw his endorsement of Donald Trump not pleasant during the debate against his Senate campaign opponent on Monday night, but said Trump's graphic and vulnerable discussion of women that was recently published audio. Look at that, some local news. Attleboro, the Attleboro Arts Museum is celebrating also this month. Silver anniversary of the highly anticipated annual auction. The 25th benefit art auction takes place Saturday, November 5th, and art lovers can bid early both online and the gallery begins Thursday, October 13th. Even after a quarter century, the auction draws people from front areas seeking to the one-of-a-kind piece of art, from oral paintings to ceramics to more to add to the collection or launch a new collection. Music director Mim Foster said even after the years as the auction is an ever-evolving project. Boston. The Massachusetts Appeals Court has given a legal victory to 6 black Boston police officers stated were fired over unreliable drug testing methods. The court said the officers must be reinstated with the back pay and benefits. The appeals court ruled a nil decision on a state civil service commission of Superior Court. The officers were fired between 2001 and 2006 after testing positive for cocaine used in the Conifer Share test. The officers changed results, saying the test method is the wrong positive test are more likely with African American hair. Cambridge, Massachusetts, and Massachusetts and cities have it. The first time up to celebrate indigenous people wherever that exploded Christopher Columbus 1492 arrival in the Americas. Peter Chill News Time is 8:07 on this to the morning, and in Ipswich, Massachusetts, today to up to Berlin. Moving back to Rover, Oculus were at the vehicle party complaining about injuries. And now, sports time here. The Boston Red Sox quest for a World Series in David Ortiz's final season has come to an end, and comes to the end of David Ortiz's storied career and favorite because the Cleveland Indians defeated the Boston Red Sox 4-3 to take the ALDS 3 games to none. As the Cleveland Indians advance the ALCS to meet the Toronto Blue Jays, Washington Nationals defeat the LA Dodgers 8-3 at hour. 2 games, 1 lead in the best of 5 series. Top Brady's fighting for you in the NFL's war against fun. Peter Chill News Time is 8:08 on this to the morning, and it's time now for Trevor Treasure Report. Baby! Let's study up the MBT where we'll have transport delays today on both ways between JFK, UMass, and North Quincy. And Mount Vanderbilt experienced delays due to disabled train at Cedar Grove. Commuter Rail. Fitchburg train for 6:53 from Fitchburg is operating train 25 minutes behind between Air North Station. Worcester train 505. 7:58 from South Station operating 15 minutes behind between Freeman and Worcester train traffic. Please board outbound Worcester Line trains on the inbound platforms at Wellesley Farms Fire Station until 7:30 p.m. Please board inbound Worcester Line trains on the outbound platforms at Freeman from Wellesley Farms Station until 7:30 p.m. Franklin Line train 740 is operating 50 minutes behind between Plymouthville and South Station at Earlman calculation. Franklin train 704 635 inbound is spotted. Franklin is operating 66 minutes behind between calculation. Train is spotted in Walpole operating at 706 730 from Walpole. Scheduled train to make all stops. Franklin Line train 74 being assisted in Boston making all stops. The train is departed Walpole due 706 scheduled to make all stops. And on the ferries they are looking at. Wait, take a look at the highways and byways of New England on this. To the morning. 95 is southbound side is back to the Bridgeport down at the Stafford. 95 northbound side it is backed up around the Milford. And then hit breaks can around New Haven Stretch. 91 is southbound side of Lowell, New Haven Stretch. Burnt Parkway is southbound side is slow from Bridgeport down to Food. Stafford. 91 on the northbound side it is backed up from Middletown all the way to downtown Hartford. 91 is southbound side back to the Winslocks and downtown Hartford. 84 on the westbound side it is back to Newtown down to Denbury. 84 eastbound side of the Lowell side of Denbury Stretch. 84 eastbound side of the little slow around the Waterbury stretch to the westbound side. 84 eastbound side of this backed up from West Surfer down the downtown Harbor Connecticut. 84 westbound side of the little slow from 291 to 91. 291 on the westbound side, the little slow from 84 to 91. 91 on the southbound side back to the Woodlock side of the downtown Harbor Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side, it's slow from Agawam East Long Meadow. 91 on the northbound side back to the Agawam down to Springfield. 91 on the southbound side, little slow 291 on the downtown Springfield. 91 on the southbound side back to the field stretch. 190 on the northbound side, a little slow around the West Boston stretch. 190 on the southbound side is backed up around northwest is just around 290. 290 eastbound side back to 146 Route 9 in Worcester. 146 on the northbound side, little slow around 290 in Worcester. 95 on the southbound side, a little slow around 395 in London, Connecticut. 146 on the southbound side, it's slow from North Street to Route 295 Lincoln Without 99. Northbound side back to 126, 122 in Woonsocket. 146 on the southbound side back to from 15 and 95 downtown Providence. 295 on the southbound side, it's slow from Route 6 in Johnson, Route 12 in Crescent. 295 on the northbound side of Lowell Route 6 in Johnson. Route 295 on the northbound side back to the Crescent stretch. 95 on the northbound side is back to the Wark all the way into downtown Providence. Route 4 on the northbound side is backed up around Route 95 downtown Providence. 95 on the southbound side is backed up from Pawtucket to downtown Providence. 195 westbound side back to Seacock down to downtown Providence. 28 on the southbound side is Little Soda Board stretch. Route 60 eastbound side back to the Art stretch. 95 on the southbound side is Little Soul from 152 to North Attleboro to Route 295 in Attleboro. 95 on the northbound side is backed up from South Main Street and shared all the way to Route 128 Kenton. 21 on the northbound side back to Berkeley at 44 Radom. Route 140 on the northbound side is Little Soul around Route 24 out of Taunton. Route 3 is southbound side, Little Soul, Plymouth Plantation Highway, Plymouth, and then different get out to the southbound side, northbound side from 220 Rockland to the Ray Tree Split. 24 on the northbound side is backed up from Harrisburg Boulevard. And 85 down to Route 120 in Canton. 45 on the northbound side is backed up from Franklin all the way out to Route Massachusetts Turnpike in Westport. 45 on the southbound side is slow from Hudson down to 290 Marvin and Nippers getting around Route 9 and Wall in Westport. 128 on the southbound side is back to 138 in Kenton at the Patriot Split. 128 on the northbound side is back to the Split all the way out to Waltham. 128 on the southbound side is backed up from Linfield and all the way out to Waltham. 128 on the northbound side is backed up from Lexington all the way out to Burlington. 128 on the northbound side is backed up from 95 in Peabody all the way out to Beverly. And 485 on the Masspac eastbound side is backed up from Millbury all the way out to Natick. And then get from Newton all the way out to the Austin Brad Tolls. And the Prude Tunnel and Masspac on the westbound side is backed up from South Boston East Boston and Hillcrest get from the Austin Brad Tolls and around the Newton corner. 7 Expressway, the northbound side back to the Ray Tree Split all the way to the Masspac. 7 Expressway, southbound side, so the back all the way to the Dorchester. 93 of the southbound side is backed up to Bethune all the way out to the Zakin Bridge. 7 to Tunnel, Slow Cal Tunnel is looking good. Route 1 on the southbound side is backed up from Revere all the way out to 93 to Chelmsford. 93 of the northbound side is backed up around the Revere stretch. 93 of the southbound side is slow from 230 between down to the Zakin Bridge. 93 of the northbound side is back to Somerville all the way out to Redden. Route 3 of the southbound side is back to 140 in Westport all the way to Bilwicken and then again just man the Route 128. 495 and the northbound side is back to Wilton all the way out to Route 2A in Acton. And 495 of the southbound side is backed up after Route 3 Lowell. 495 of the northbound side is back to 3 Lowell all the way out to Route 93. 495 of the southbound side is backed up from Haverhill all the way out to Lawrence. Up in 7 New Hampshire, 93 of the southbound side of Lowell, so New Hampshire, every turnpike southbound side is slow around the Manchester Airport. 93 of the northbound side is backed up around the 89 in Concord, New Hampshire. Spalding turnpike on the southbound side of Lowell, so Dover, New Hampshire. 101 of the eastbound side of Lowell, so Route 95 in Hampton, New Hampshire. Up in Maine, 295 of the southbound side of Lowell, so at Falmouth up in Portland, Maine. And Interstate 89 on the southbound side of Lowell, so after the Canadian border up in Vermont. And 89 southbound side of Lowell, so at Burlington, Vermont. And Interstate 87 on the southbound side of Silver Springs, down to Albany, New York. And Route 79 eastbound side it did so from eastbound side it did so from 87 to 787 and then New York City 3 interchange also around 890 in Schenectady. Peter Children's time is 8:14 on this. To the ball and it is time now for a weather report. Latest on Trump Soda Nicole, 27.2 to the north, 66.0 to the west. Best to say was at 6 miles an hour. Moving north west at 5 miles an hour. Nicole moving northwestward and changing the advisory. Hurricane watch effect for Bermuda and trust for the waters effect for Bermuda. Hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible with the watcher, and watching is typically issued 48 hours before that. In this area, the first occurrence of the tropical force winds, conditions that make outside preparations difficult or dangerous. A tropical watch means that tropical conditions are expected somewhere within the water within 36 hours. And the hurricane warning is likely to be required for Bermuda later today. And for some information, Spitz area please monitor the station by a local National Meteorological Service. At 8 a.m. Leonard Center time, the center of tropical Nicole was located at latitude 27.2 to the north, latitude 66.0 to the west. Nicole is moving toward the north-northwest near 5 miles an hour. This general motion should continue today toward the north end and increase in the forward. The speed is expected tonight, followed by the northeast turn late Wednesday on the forecast track. The center of Nicole is expected to push Bermuda winds tonight on Thursday, and maximum estimated winds are major 6 miles an hour with higher gusts. Some streaming winds forecasted in the next 4 hours, and the Nicole is expected to become a hurricane by tonight on Wednesday. Tropical enforcement is at hours 150 miles from the center estimate with center pressure 992 millibars, right up with 30 inches. Wind hurricane conditions are possible by Bermuda by Wednesday night, and tropical conditions are expected to begin on Bermuda Wednesday afternoon. Rainfall, Nicole is expected to produce total rain accumulation 2 to 4 inches on Bermuda by Thursday and surf swells. Associated with Nicole, which should increase at Bermuda during the next couple of days. Those swells will create dangerous surf conditions with currents, and please refer products being issued by the Bermuda Weather Service. Okay, day 1 today tonight, frost advisory. And frost advisory in effect from now until 9 a.m. Tuesday, and location includes most of the interior, 7 New England except western and central portions of Massachusetts. Temperatures around the upper 30s. Time is between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. In fact, frost expected to set outdoor plants may be killed if left uncovered, and frost advisory means that widespread frost is expected. Sensitive outdoor plants may be killed if left uncovered. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, punch mouth before 9 a.m. was sets come at 63 degrees, calm wind. Tonight, most gusts come at 38 degrees, calm wind. Wednesday, most gusts come at 66 degrees, calm wind. Become the southeast wind 5 miles an hour. Wednesday night, increase calm about 48 degrees. Light variable wind. Thursday, slight change of shadow before 10 a.m. Punch mouth before 11 a.m. Otherwise, punch gusts come at 68 degrees, calm wind. Become the south wind 6 miles an hour. Chest speed to 20%. So that a slight change of shadow before 1 a.m. Most gusts come about 46 degrees. Chest speed to 20%. Friday, Sunday, most gusts about 6 about 37 degrees. Saturday, Sunday, most gusts about 3 about 36 degrees. Sunday, Sunday, podcast about 63 about 46 degrees. And for Monday, most gusts come about 67 degrees. Currently on here, it is. First, guys, and we have a temperature of 37 degrees with humidity 9%. That's going to be for the Peter Channel morning news on this. To the morning, October 11th, 2016. I'm pretty sure, but for good morning and goodbye. See you later. Good day.